Welcome in everyone to another episode here on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. In this episode, we're getting some spraying done. Our sugar cane field had some weeds growing in it pretty bad, so we thought we better get it sprayed while it's only about a foot and a half high compared to what it's going to be like when it's another month or two. And another big thing on this episode is we have the farm up for sale. And I believe our neighbor to the north will be the buyer. He's wanting to expand his farm, so ours being close enough, he thought it'd be a good one to buy. So he ended up actually planting one of our fields with grass, and in this episode, we're going to be baling that field for him. He wants small bales, small square bales, so that's what we will be doing. And he has all the equipment, so we don't have to buy any of that. But let me get this all sprayed up, and then we'll get to the next step. Well, that didn't take too long with this big self-propelled. So now we'll take this back. We just rented this thing, so we'll take it back to the shop, and we'll end up advancing some time and getting ready to do some hay. I think we might have to sell off our cattle soon. We only have one bale of hay left for them. I wasn't planning on doing any more. So I don't think I can feed him straight silage. If I could do that, it'd work, because I do have quite a bit of silage left. I also have a lot of straw. But what I don't have is hay. Just that one lonely bale, and we're putting it in right now. I mean, I could kind of make this bale last 2 loads and put more silage in it. So maybe that's what we'll do. Make it last a little longer that way. This bale down to 50%. There, 56%, close enough. We'll drop it off. Go dump that in the bunks, and then we'll come back and, if we use all of it, that is, we'll come back and we'll put another bale of silage in it, and then the rest of that hay bale. It did take all of it. Come over here and we will try to unbury one of those bales in the back by putting the rest of this one in it. I can also increase a little bit more straw also. Just don't want to mess up and use so much straw that it rations off and it doesn't get this total mixed. So that one took. So let's see if I can get around. Maybe I'll come in beside it. Grab one of those. Then we could actually come in and sell these off too. Make a little bit more money before we move. Which we're going to get a lot, I believe, off of the sugarcane harvest. That won't be ready for a few more months. Didn't seem like it really grew anymore in this last month from when we sprayed it. So I'm not sure how much of this straw I can put in. Oop, missed it. Try that again. There we go. It's a pretty good sized bale still. We'll keep it in the green. We'll be fine. It's going to be close. Oh, I guess it's full anyhow. Take the rest of this and just leave it right here. So now we have enough for next month. So I'll advance time one more month and see how much closer that field is to being ready to be able to be baled. Well, it's telling me it is ready to be harvested. I think it's probably 1 month away from the best amount. Looks like we need to get over to the sheep. Looks like they're out of room to put the wool. So we'll go do that real quick. And I think this is also the month that we need to sell off our soybeans from the last soybean harvest we did. But yeah, there's our for sale sign. We'll get some of these odd jobs taken care of real quick, and then we'll get into that field. Well, I just checked, and the farmer's market actually has a good price on both the soybeans and the wool. Oops, excuse me, sir. So I think we're going to take a load of soybeans with us. Might as well. This thing only holds maybe 25,000 liters. So we're going to have several loads of it. But we're going to go grab the first one, take it all up to the farmer's market, and see what we can get out of it. Well, I just got off the phone with the farmer up north, and he is going to buy the place. So as of this fall, we will be moving on. Well, now it says it does not accept it here. Oh well. Ooh. Deliver. Maybe we'll deliver. Does not want to take our soybeans either. Well, since we have that sugarcane harvest coming up, I ended up buying this used Volvo truck with an unreal capacity trailer. It'll hold 250,000 liters, so that'll really help when we get into the sugarcane. This is the rest of our soybeans from our last soybean harvest. So we'll take it up, sell it off. I ended up selling a lot of the equipment that we had on the farm that we weren't going to use anymore, like the harvester. It's done already. We don't need it anymore since we don't have any fields to harvest besides the sugarcane. That'll have its own harvester. And then the neighbor is having us use his haying equipment since he wants the small square bales instead of the big round bales that we normally do. So that's a few of the things we got coming up. But I will get this to the market, get it sold, and make a little bit more money, and then we'll be ready to start baling those bales. Another $200 and almost $24,000. Just $1 more, we would have had a nice even number, but that's not too bad. But now I'll advance a month and then we'll get started. Well, I thought before I skipped time, I better check the cattle, and they were actually out of feed. So try to keep them from dying off before we sell them. Give them the last of our feed that we have. Well, that should be enough to hold them off for one more day. So now we'll jump ahead a day. Here we are in the month of July. Now the grass looks ready, like we could mow it up. So I'll go grab a mower. I believe he has a Vermeer mower that we're going to use. So we'll mow with it. I think we do maybe have to use our tedder because he actually wants hay bales and not just grass bales. So I'll run up to his place, grab some equipment, and get down here and get started. Our sugar cane's looking really good. Won't be too much longer and it should be ready. About maybe 4 feet tall now. I'm going to get the second headland done around this field, and then we will go grab our little Massey tractor and grab the tedder and get this thing tedded up. And the neighbor, he actually has a different style of rake. It's like a conveyor belt system that I've not actually seen in real life. So we're going to rake it with that as soon as we get it tedded, and I think we'll have time today because it's only 9 o'clock to be able to get it baled and finished up. So let me do another headland here, and then I will send this off to the hired hand to do. Well, we got a guy working in the field tedding it, got another guy mowing it, so we're going to come up here and borrow his Kubota tractor and grab his rake. This is the rake I was talking about, kind of a different style than we're used to here in Canada, but hopefully it works good. And we're used to using the Vermeer twin rake on our farm. I'm pretty sure this tractor's big enough to pull this, but I'll get this thing down to that field and start raking. I think we're going to start by just raking the outside headland to the middle. Then when we get back and forth to the inside of the field like the other guys are doing right now, then we'll rake 2 complete rows together with this. We'll adjust it to where it rakes to just one side, so it'll have a bigger windrow. But for the outside, I don't want too many bales to have to drive around. I think by doing it this way, it'll save us a little bit with a smaller windrow. Hopefully these windrows won't be too big for the little round or square baler. I don't think it should be. It looks like it's a pretty tight windrow. So I'm actually raking the previous windrow a little bit. So it should keep it tight enough. That's our goal at least. Definitely don't want it to get into that big windrow there. This is how we're going to do the rest of the field. get it all done, be able to grab the baler and see if it'll work. We'll go around and rake the outside again. I think I probably messed it up pretty good on the end rows. Ooh, I guess I had a little bit left over here. See if I can get it all. Not quite. We'll get enough of it. I'll go around it one more time, then we'll get to baling. We got all the raking done. Now we're just headed back to the neighbor's house to grab his little square baler, and then we'll be able to start baling. His is just a little Massey Ferguson baler, so he's kind of like us. He likes the red equipment. I'm pretty sure his little Kubota can pull it. I doubt it takes too much horsepower. So let's get her back down to the field. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how to use this thing here. Hoping this has a wide enough pickup. It'll be able to get it all. Ooh, missed a little bit. Could be just I wasn't centered good enough. There we are. Alright. See if this thing can handle a faster speed here. Oh, I think so. I'm flying out of the machine. Alright, well, let me get the headland done and we'll keep doing this, get this all baled up, then we can use, he has a special picker-upper that can pick these up. I think he said it can do 100 and maybe 130 bales in it. He built a new barn to put them in, so that's what he wants us to do. Put them in his little barn down there. So I'll get this baled up, and then we'll go start collecting them. I think we will have more than enough bales off of this field. This should keep the farmer satisfied for a long time. And if it doesn't, he'll be the one baling this next time, so it doesn't even matter. After thinking about it, I probably should have just planted this in grass a long time ago, and then we would have been collecting all these bales. If we turned this into silage, we would have been doing really good on the farm with income, which I'm sure the sugarcane harvest will bring in quite a bit for as big as that field is. I know we did soybeans in it, and it got quite a bit of soybeans. So there's plenty of acres out here to farm. Just got to find the right guy to farm. Final little stretch here before we go get them picked up. Not sure how many loads. If it holds 130, I believe it's around 130. How many do you think's out here? How many loads? I wish this little baler had a bale counter like our big baler. It did not. I wasn't able to get a total amount. So let me go get the picker-upper and get it picked up. This is the machine we're using to pick up the bales, and it's actually got quite a bit of speed. It's up to 51 miles per hour. That's pretty good. I know when this thing came out on the mod hub, I knew this gotta be something we're gonna use soon. Let's see how it works. There we go. Helps if I have it lined up. I think I have something on. Let me check. There, now we have it working like it's supposed to. Platform was in the upright position. I'm not sure why. But now it's working correctly. So I'm trying to see how many this thing will pick up. I think it goes a little faster than it can pick up. I've seen pull behinds do something like this, but I've never actually seen a self-propelled. Nice little thing to have. Let me get this thing loaded up and then see how many it'll hold. I think this is going to pick up more than 130 bales like I was saying, because I'm at 84 bales and we're only 43%. So it's going to probably be around 200, really close to it at least. It's the model number on this thing. Let's see if I can zoom out right. It says 102. Well, we know it's going to hold more than 102. But I'll keep this thing going and see how many we can get. Well, we're just finishing up the headland and we're at 150 bales. 150 bales just going around this field one time. These are the last ones that had. All right, 153. Now I can start going back and forth. Looks like the magic number must be really close to 200. It's like 195. Well, that's quite a bit. Let's head these to his barn and get them dropped off. Here we are. This is the big barn he built. It's an open barn. I think all the bales will definitely fit in here. This thing's pretty good size. There we go. First 195 bales. Oh, he's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy about that. Oh, they're in the barn. They're in the barn. They're in the barn. Sorry, Leroy, but they're in the barn. Now they're your headache. Oh, is it going to work with all the bales underneath the machine? Let's see. Well, see how that works. I have to take them out and throw them all off. Oh, some are falling off. I'll get these cleaned out real quick. Well, I just have one bale stuck in the chassis. Just can't get it out. It'll move around it. There it goes. Yeah, now he's in the middle of the street. Oh well. I don't want to pick him back up. Let's go back and get some more. This is our second round of 195. If you ever decide to do this, I do not recommend using the stacked cruiser. It doesn't seem to work. This ground is level, and yet, you know, when we do this, it just dumps all over. But they're in his barn, kind of. At least they're not stuck in the machine this time. Oop. Want any of these bales to go with us? Alright, let's go back and get another load. Here we are picking up our very last few bales. I believe that was the last one. At 4 full loads and an extra 29. That'll bring our grand total to 809 bales off that field. That was pretty good. We'll be satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with it. Like I said earlier, we should have probably planted that in grass months ago or years ago. Then we could have got a lot more bales, and then maybe our cattle wouldn't be out of hay right now. Had to sell quite a few of those off just to be able to let them survive since didn't have enough hay left. Oh, looks like a little traffic jam. There's somehow a bale got in the road. Oopsie. Wonder who dropped that. Wasn't me. Well, there you have it. All the bales are delivered. Of course, they're not in nice stacks like I'm sure he wanted, but that'll do it for this episode here on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. Hope you enjoyed this episode. There's still one episode left, and that is where we will harvest the mega field and get all that sugarcane brought in. So until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.